Breaking news: corrupt juries in corrupt court system in corrupt city defend and protect the corrupt scumbags who lied to all of us and destroyed Donald Trump. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Sussmann, Hillary Clinton's scumbag lawyer who lied to the FBI and was proven a liar by a couple of things. One, the FBI's own admission that he is a liar. Two, his own text messages saying that he's a liar. Three, his own under oath testimony to Kash Patel saying he's a liar. Four, him billing the Hillary Clinton campaign for his meeting with the FBI. And five, him billing the Hillary Clinton campaign for the hard drives that he delivered the Russian dossier and disinformation and hoax and collusion to that was manufactured by the Hillary Clinton camp. He billed them all for it. You stack the evidence up. It's as high as the ceiling. How is a man like this allowed to walk free after all of the demonstrable mountains of evidence that was piled on top of him by John Durham? But John Durham is now messing with an entirely different beast: the globalist American empire and their aristocracy. You are trying this case in Washington, D.C., the seat, the throne room of the globalist American empire and its ruling permanent class, of whom Hillary Clinton is the queen. So what you are doing is you are kicking and throwing rocks at the capital kingdom of the most ruling elitist class America has ever seen. Yet here we are with our own group of untouchables. They don't care. It's not about hypocrisy. It's about hierarchy. They want you to know that the rules are different. They want you to know that you don't matter, that you are a basket of deplorables and that they are in charge and that no one will be able to bring them to justice. Even the judge himself, Chris Cooper, is a friend of the defendant. That's right. Michael Sussmann and Judge Christopher Cooper, federal judge in this case, are buddies, professional buddies. Yet he wasn't asked to be recused. Christopher Cooper also is very good friends with Lisa Page, the disgraced FBI lawyer who was in on the Russiagate conspiracy theory and lost her job about it. Oh, you know who defended her in her filings against the FBI? Lisa Page? Christopher Cooper's wife. You know who married Christopher Cooper and his wife? Merrick Garland, the current Attorney General of the United States. And you know who appointed him? Christopher Cooper to the federal bench? Barack Obama. So here we are, inside of the polar vortex that is the Washington swamp cesspool suckhole. The judge himself is so compromised in this case that it would be laughable to think that he would be able to oversee a fair trial, and indeed he didn't. He limited John Durham in every regard and at every turn. He didn't allow Durham to present evidence in the trial. He didn't allow him to get to the documents he needed, and he kneecapped Durham in his questioning of Michael Sussmann. But in America, it is all left up to the jury. You can have a really crooked judge who can limit the scope of what can be argued in the trial, but it's really the jury who decides. So who exactly are the jury here? Well, let's see here. Inside of the Hillary Clinton dossier, lying scandal, federal prosecution, you have multiple Hillary donors. You have donors selected out of a pool that went 90+% for Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. In a fascistic show trial, which is exactly what this was, the jury pool was made up of sycophants for Hillary Clinton who wanted to tell you this, and this was the goal, to tell you that it doesn't matter. This is not your country anymore. It's our country. Justice, evidence means nothing in our courtrooms. You will not get a fair trial. We will see to it. It is about political vengeance. Our girl, Hill Dog, didn't get into office by any means necessary, including lying to the FBI and committing crimes actionable by prosecutions, and these prosecutions who have never lost. John Durham has never lost a case. The first time in American history that John Durham lost a case, the preponderance and demonstrable evidence stacked against this person, well, we will ignore it all in the pursuit of single-party rule. This is the scary fascistic moment in America. They don't care about the rules. They don't care about you. They only care about political power and engorging themselves off of your sadness as you watch once more the level scale of justice tilt towards one side. It is a disgusting display evidenced by Jonathan Turley, one of the people that we deeply respect on this show, who said that this trial was over before it started. Very sad. Watch.
The problem for Durham is the jury and the judge. I mean, he is facing a jury that has 3 Clinton donors, an AOC donor, and a woman whose daughter is on the same sports team with Sussmann's daughter. I mean, the exception of randomly selecting people out of the DNC headquarters, you could not come up with a worse jury.
Welcome to Washington, D.C.
The trial itself was testing the merits of the Russia collusion hoax, which is a lie concocted and created wholesale by the Hillary Clinton campaign. Kayleigh McEnany, who worked on the Trump campaign, which is the victim of this lie, had this to say about how it affected her candidate and the president of the United States, Donald Trump. Watch.
To make President Donald J. Trump president of the United States. And for 3 years, Harris, we would vent about this at the campaign, vent about this in the White House. For 3 years, we were told the choice of the American people was in a Russian asset. Think about that. The president of the United States, a Russian asset, all to be found by Robert Mueller that in fact was not true, that there was no collusion. But nevertheless, that was the SOAN narrative. And at the core of that, Harris, was this Michael Sussmann interaction with the FBI. He's on the Clinton payroll. He's getting paid as a lawyer. He goes into the FBI. Hillary Clinton, we learned through this trial, through Robbie Mook, her campaign manager, that she herself green-lighted this information going to the media despite not having the expertise to assess it. But it was given the auspice of being true, not because of a media report, but because of an FBI investigation into President Trump. And at the center of that was this Sussmann meeting.
And somebody who's not a huge favorite in the MAGA movement, Bill Barr, he was asked by the great Glenn Beck if this was seditious, if they were using the opportunity to rig with fake information a electoral process by putting out the lie that Donald Trump is a Putin stooge. And Bill Barr, again, very tried and true dude, very establishment Republican dude, said, yeah, it's seditious. Watch.
I think whatever you think of Trump, the fact is that the whole Russiagate thing was a grave injustice. It appears to be a dirty political trick that was used first to hobble him and then potentially to drive him from office. Right. And
may I ask? I hate the word treason because it's the only thing in the Constitution and it has a punishment tied to it. But is it at least seditious to do something like this?
I believe it is seditious, yes. Whether that could be proved in court as a crime is one issue, but I think people are now coming to see what actually happened. It was a gross injustice. It hurt the United States in many ways, including what we're seeing in Ukraine these days. It distorted our foreign policy and so forth.
In this scenario, Michael Sussmann is exactly the same as the show trials in the KGB-run Soviet Union. He is an agent of the state. He's an agent of permanent power, and so he's not going to be found guilty. They're going to try this case inside of the temple of permanent power in Washington, D.C. It's why we have to, if we wish to save this country, break up Washington, D.C., break up the federal government, destroy the rot by wrecking the central nucleus of power American Coruscant, Washington, D.C., and smash the federal bureaucracy once and for all. Without those steps, you will continue to have show trial after show trial after show trial inside of the District of Columbia and continue to return a single verdict, and that verdict is fuck you, the American people. That's what they are saying. We don't care about your evidence. We don't care about your laws. We don't care about justice. We care about permanent, established power. What are you going to do about it? Thank you so much for watching. Our channel is here for the truth and also to make you smile a little bit in this extreme era of disinformation and misinformation and people trying to control your brain and what happens inside of it. It's so important that we support independent creators like our channel, and we thank you for watching. If you want to check out some more of our videos, we highly encourage that. Please punch the like and subscribe buttons on your screen to support our channel. It's free. And ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you are following along with independent creators who want to keep this place free. God bless you.